Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vickers. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and Missouri, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code Mase, Cam, or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus funds with your first deposit and a free pick. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam.
Cam, what's up, man?
Murder, what's good, man? How you?
Good, man. I see you ain't got your Nick gear on today.
I had it, man, but I had it ready, man, but I can't do this, man. You see brand new shit. We have to put this, but don't say I wasn't ready. We have to put this away for a minute. Nick's still nicking, church said. Nick's is still nicking.
I was saying you up, I said, them the Knicks, I know.
Yeah, this is what we've been traditionally used to. I had it ready, but
this is exactly.
You decommitted on time too early.
Not on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He decommitted early.
Titletown. I knew what I was looking at, man.
Wow.
We're going to start with that game. So the Knicks lose to the Pacers 137-135 in overtime. The streets, whatever streets Mase was talking about, they talking about y'all jinxed them, but they talking about y'all jinxed them. Yes, they said this. Now all of a sudden, Mase and Cam want to come on and wear their Knicks jersey, and then they want to lose first game. They blaming y'all. So one, what do you got to say to those streets? And two, where did the Knicks go wrong?
Mase said the ghetto. First of all, when you say the ghetto, that's like James Evans Sr. It's like late 70s, not the hood, not the trap. Nigga went to the ghetto. But go ahead, Murder. What you got to say to the people who say we jinxed
man. Well, what I say, there's something going on in the building, first of all. I don't know what happened on that property. It's really some bad energy in that building. I don't know, because the basketball guards saw this. You know, when you think of the ball bouncing and then the ball bounces straight in, it's just like somebody saying, you know what, I'm not going to change
we're going to get to the game. What do you guys say about niggas saying we the
jinx?
Directly at you.
Me too? Or just
Mase and Cam, y'all jinxed the Knicks.
Okay.
The only way I could have jinxed it is if I pulled my Titletown blessing from it. Because I said, you know what? I stopped last week. I told you this. I mean, a few days ago, I told you I'm not. This is where I get out the car like Trey. Let me out.
Let me out, dope.
Let me out, dope. Call me a sucker or whatever you want. This is where I get out the car. Let me out.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, he definitely got out. Got out the whip.
Yeah. So
to me,
how they Cam jinx because I wanted out the whip.
My whole shit is, so who been jinxing them for 53 years? I'm just saying, nigga act like we stopped the jinx. You know what jinx niggas? I told niggas Knicks gonna lose this first game. I got Knicks winning the series, but it's the way Tom Thibodeau run them the ground, but we gonna get into the game. But as far as the jinx, don't blame me for the jinx or Murder for the jinx. You know who jinxed the Knicks? Y'all jinxed the Knicks. And when I say y'all, the city, and we're New Yorkers too. But what did they do? I don't know if you've seen this, Murder. They put everybody's jersey and put it on the street. So Josh Hart is number 3. Under West 3rd Street is Josh Hart Place. Number 11 is Jalen Brunson. West 11th Street was Jalen Brunson Avenue. Did you see that?
They were going crazy.
Did you see it?
No.
But I'm just saying, so basically the starting five Colony Town, 32nd Street. Under every New York City sign, street, they put Carl Anthony Towns. What are y'all doing? Why would you name streets after niggas for making it to the Eastern Conference Finals? Not winning it yet. They just made it and y'all naming streets after niggas? This how desperate New York is for a basketball championship, P. This is what I'm saying. Yo, P, I'm not I think niggas should Google this if y'all haven't Googled it. They named all the streets after the starting five. 25th Street was Mikal Bridges. Shit is bananas. Blame that shit. You cannot do that this early, man. Don't blame now it's me and Murder for. All right, heard you.
Yeah. I mean, when you say somebody jinxed it, that means their winning is under our power. So are you really saying that the winning of the Knicks is under my power? I don't think you're saying that.
Okay. Well, I just, told y'all what they saying. They're going to want to know if you guys have the power to let them win game 2. That's going to be another thing as well, but.
I remember the last rapper that had the power to curse a team was, what was his name? Lil B. He put a curse on Golden State and Kevin Durant couldn't win until he lifted the curse. You remember that? What's his name? Lil B or something like that?
I don't follow Lil B. I don't follow
but whoever it is in the chat, put the name up there so I make sure I say it correct.
Yeah, I don't follow the internet since.
They confirmed it is Lil B.
It was Lil B. He told Kevin Durant he wasn't going to win until he lifted the curse, and he was from California, and then when KD got out there, he won.
So you're saying you have to lift the curse in order for the Knicks to win this? Is that what you're saying?
Cam's gonna have to lift the curse.
I don't have the spiritual power that Murder has.
Leave me out of that.
I'm not gonna act like I have the power that he has. So don't even put. I'm not jinxing nobody. Blame the city for speeding. Y'all niggas is speeding, man.
Something went on in that building we don't know about. Someday it's gonna come out because they be having too much bad fortune, too much bad outcomes.
Okay, so now let's talk about the game. Where did the Knicks go wrong?
A few places the Knicks went wrong. They played a very great game up into the fourth quarter. Even in the third quarter, it looked like they was going back and forth. The game was still really close potentially. But then when you get to the fourth quarter, they're up I remember they was up 10 points, and that's when Jalen Brunson caught the fifth foul. That's when the whole game pretty much changed. And if I'm not correct, then it could be different. But I know when he got that fifth foul, that's when the game changed. OG goes on his own run for about 10 points, and they was up 10 points. Then you got other players making phenomenal plays, and then at one point they was up like 12 or 14. Then it's amazing that when Brunson gets back in the game, now the game start changing because he's playing amazingly, but the team is different when the ball is flowing. They're actually a better team when the ball is flowing, but Jalen Brunson does so well on the ball that everybody like to see that. Like he has 40 points, but they're losing. And to make a long story short, this game should have been won in regular time, in regular season time. When Halliburton got that step back and he hit that shot, I was like, wow, I thought it was game. Till I saw his foot on the line, that saved him. That really saved him. And when he went to the basket one time on OG, and it seemed like he had to change his shot in the air, and then he got that layup, immediately at that point, I realized the whole NBA has been hating on Halliburton, saying that he's an overrated player. There is no way in the world that kid is overrated. He might be my new favorite player in the NBA right now.
Yeah, listen, man. Before I even get to the game, to the points you're making, the last 2-3 days, if you don't think he hear the chirping everybody's doing, niggas is saying, it's only 3 superstars left and everything. I was listening to some other shows yesterday morning, and the disrespect for Tyrese Halliburton is at an all-time high. They're saying, they was saying, it was a question on First Take. Shout out to my brothers, Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith, but it was a question up there. And they said, whose stock will rise highest with a title? And basically, the question, everybody, they got Mad Dog up there. I never met Mad Dog. Shout out to Mad Dog.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Hilarious. He's the only one who said Tyrese Halliburton. Everybody was saying Anthony Edwards or Jalen Brunson or whatever. But Mad Dog, to me, had the best point. He's saying, look, if you're saying that you got 3 superstars and this kid isn't, and he wins the title, why wouldn't his stock rise?
Highest.
Right, and Kendrick Perkins was like, well, if any of these other teams win, who's getting the MVP. Halliburton may not get the MVP if he wins. And I'm saying Steph Curry been in 6 championships and only got 1 finals MVP. Like, sometimes it's done by committee. And if you think I'm hearing this and Tyrese Halliburton don't, you're out your mind, man. It's bananas, man. But to the actual game, Mase, you just gave a great breakdown. I hate to agree with you because I like picking your shit apart and making me look better. But you just gave an excellent synopsis of the game. Think about this. Jalen Brunson goes out with 4 or 5 fouls. I think it was 5 fouls with about 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks go on a 12-0 run without him in the game. They still sustain the lead he gets back in about 5 minutes left. They're up about 7-8 points when he gets back in. But that's about relying on the superstar for me too much and not chemistry. Me personally, and I'm not going to say this because I'm not in that position to say it, and I don't know if when I did play basketball, if I'm that mature as I am today to be like, why put me in, even if I'm the superstar, like, this is working. Put me in if you see shit not working. This is obviously working. If you think about it, or if not even think about it, if you look at it, Jalen Brunson in this game is a -8. He had 43 points, but when he's on the floor, it's a -8. Not only that, he's a defensive liability. You see, during these timeouts and everything else, they were taking him out on defensive plays because he's a liability on defense. As good as he is offensively, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't be playing this, that, and the third, but if the chemistry is going to get on a 12-0 run, not only 12-0 run, then they finished it out before he got back in the 17-6 run, obviously, trust your bench or whoever's in the game. Tibbs has a problem doing that, trusting out people outside the starters, to me, outside of McBride. And this is the penalty that you have to pay. These niggas look tired in the second quarter. I see niggas leaned over, holding their shorts in the second quarter. Y'all gonna run now, even if y'all want to win, it's 5 games. And they gonna get one in Indiana. So now we talking about 6 games is minimum. How are these niggas gonna win the next round if they wanna get to the next round, running these things? And it's too late now. Don't even try it now. It's just too late. You gotta do what you gotta do with the people that you have on the floor. So we sit there and think about Indiana, right? The start 5, everybody in double digits. Siakam did what he's supposed to do. Miles Turner, Nembhard, Tyrese Halliburton, really good. TJ McConnell came in, played excellently. Obi Toppin, I can't say enough about him. Ex-Knick. Yeah. Ex-Knick came in. But we can't not leave out Nesmith. Yeah. Nesmith saved the motherfucking game, bro. He had 20 in the fourth quarter, 5 threes in the fourth quarter, 8 threes total. But when niggas thought it was over, he's shooting free. Boom. Yeah. Boom, boom, because it's like no pressure because you think the game's over. Yeah. But before you know it, the game's not motherfucking over. Everybody in the garden high-fiving. I see niggas hugging. I see niggas giving, where you been? You go,
where we going tonight?
I meet you. All that's going on, and they not paying attention to these threes. These niggas was up 14 points with a little bit over 2 minutes left. And Nesmith just went on fire. Then Tyrese Halliburton comes down, and he's getting ready to go to the basket. He see Mitchell Robinson there. He like, you know what? Fuck this shit. We gonna lose or win on my merit. Goes back, shoots the 3, or at least we all thought it was a 3, and gets the bounce. It was a 2, go to overtime. And then, shit, man. Listen, this was one, I'm just, I usually give my analysts about the game, but this was such an game. I jumped off my couch at least 6, 7 times, start calling niggas calling me. Shit was crazy. So I'm just was an emotional roller coaster because I'm like, this is wild just to see some good basketball. You think about, and that's another thing, I don't know if you paid attention, Murder, I don't know if niggas listen to me. Niggas had they out of bounds plays today. Niggas lined up in formation. Niggas was in the backcourt like a football play. I said, niggas been practicing them out of bounds play, as y'all should. But it was a point where they inbounded the ball. Jalen Brunson gets trapped. He tried to hit it off somebody's foot. It bounces. It's almost a turnover, but the Knicks recover it. Another inbounds play, Josh Hart slipped. The Pacers almost steal that. Then they don't.
Yeah,
but the
that
Knicks,
was a bad play.
Right, but they kept possession. But it was a few times the Knicks actually could have fucked up. But, they had a few bad things go wrong. But Indiana played 48 minutes, and it turned out to be 53 minutes. And that's what it's about. The game is over in 53 minutes, even to the play. And that's another thing. We have to start looking at coach comparisons, too. Rick Carlisle to Tom Thibodeau. I know I'm all over the place today. The shit was wild. I'm just because he's all over the place. Rick Carlisle is a championship coach. Let's think about this. Right? We be talking about this nigga Nico from Dallas, right? You better make a comeback this year. I know you got Kyrie and you're gonna get the number 1 draft and Anthony Davis, everything else. We got to think about how, I don't know exactly the ins and outs because everybody kept it, friendly and so on and so forth. Rick Carlisle got Dallas their first championship. Mm-hmm. Rick Carlisle exited the Dallas Mavericks because, to me, and I don't know facts of anything behind this, Luka and Rick Carlisle wasn't getting along, and they sided with the superstar player at the time. So Rick Carlisle leaves, and he's at Indiana now. He's been doing a tremendous job since he's been there. You want to argue over a few $1 million with Jalen Brunson. You don't want to give Jalen Brunson the money. Jalen Brunson's in the Eastern Conference Finals. You're sitting there with 2 people in the Eastern Conference Finals right now that you are under the radar for letting go, for not a few $1 million here or there, which is not your money. You better pan out for you, Nico. That's first and foremost. But you got OB top, and now back to the overtime. Overtime, Knicks score first 4 points, but then you get what's my nigga name? I can't even think of this nigga name. I'm so
OG?
Nah, Nimhart. He hit a 3.
Yeah.
Bought him within 1, and then they end up taking lead. They going back and forth. The ball goes out of bounds. That's what I was getting to before I was thinking about Nico. Using your playbacks on
the challenge.
There you go, Murder. Sorry. Using your challenge at the right time. Yo, this nigga Thibodeau uses his shit with 10 minutes left in the third and loses it so you don't have another challenge. The nigga Rick Carlisle saved his challenges for the right time. It was a play in regulation where they said Siakam fouled somebody on the Knicks, but they go to the replay, it's a block. Now Indiana gets the ball. Yeah. Another challenge where they called the ball out of bounds on Indiana, and you see Jalen Brunson like, come on, let's take it out, hurry up, let's take it out. Nah, hold on, replay, nigga, challenge. It ends up being out on Jalen Brunson. That's a testament to Rick Carlisle using his challenges at the right time. Even if you think you're correct, in these situations where the game may be close, you don't want to use it with 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Everything Rick Carlisle did was win the game situations with these challenges, and he won both of his challenges, and no shit sealed the deal. Congratulations to the Pacers, man. And what I said about this game was yesterday is that the moment may be too big for New York, and I expect them to lose the first game, but win the series. The moment was too big for Indiana until 2 minutes was left in regulation, and they said, let's calm the fuck down, and Neesmith took things into the matter of his own hands. And niggas like Halliburton said, all right, fuck it. If this is what we doing, let's do it. And I want to give a lot of credit to Siakam as well, because what happens is also in the modern NBA, you down 4 points. You miss a shot. You down, then they go down, hit a layup. You down 6. Then they hit a 3. Now you're down 9 points. Your automatic reflex is to go back and shoot a 3. And then you miss. Siakam was the only one when the Knicks went on that run trying to get to the basket, whether his shot was getting blocked, turnover, or whatever. Just because they go on a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 run, that don't mean come down and chuck up threes. And they lucky it worked out that Neesmith hit them joints. But that was one of the best games I've seen in a long time, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah, definitely a really good matchup. And I think a lot of people are definitely excited to see game 2. So looking ahead, game 2 is Friday. Underdog has Jalen Brunson at 29.5 points. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
29.5 for Jalen. Yeah, definitely higher.
Okay.
Yeah, Jalen, it ain't no choice. Ain't no choice. Jalen Brunson gonna have to get more than 30 for the
afford to
Lord.
lose this next game.
Yeah, if you want to, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know who's going to win the next game, but I'm just telling you right now that in order to have a chance, he had 42 tonight and they lost. Carl Anthony had 30. They lost. He ain't going to have more than 29. What Jalen Brunson is going to have to do, and I know he's playing both ends of the court as best he can, you can't put yourself in the foul trouble like you did and expect your team to prosper. You clutch player of the year. Even though y'all niggas got decent weapons, you could trust OG to an extent, Carl Anthony to an extent, but you put yourself in foul trouble and you're not going to win like that. But I do think he's going to have higher than 29.
Okay, Cat is at 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Do you have him higher?
How much?
36.5.
I'm going to go lower. I don't think he's going to have the game he had tonight. He came out, he played exceptionally well. I give him the credit. I don't know if you seen him, but the nigga was crying after the game.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's a game. I don't like that. Why?
Yeah. Why can't he cry?
First of all, it's game one.
It's game one.
Let's start here. Let's a few things with why can't you cry. It's game one. That just lets me know that we could pause. If I'm playing against somebody in a 7-game series and you crying after game one, I'm definitely making you cry after game two. Even if it's verbally. If I got to start talking about whatever to make you cry, that's what I'm going to do to make you cry. Nothing personal, nothing like that. But you're crying after game one. You basically looking like, yo, it's over. Y'all niggas still got a chance to win. What are you crying for? Secondly, Stat, I'm not from your sensitivity era. We talked about this already. I am not from
sensitivity era.
Yeah, I'm not from the Ralph Tresvant sensitivity era. I'm not crying, man.
Era.
Nah, yeah, listen, bro. Carl Anthony Towns be zesty sometimes, man. It is what it is, man. We heard him talking. Now because he in New York, he the big bodega and all that shit. When he's in Minnesota, they calling him zesty and all that. But at the end of the day, you look zesty crying in game one. That's just my personal opinion. He had a tremendous game, but to be crying after game one, cool. And the reason that you can't cry because it's game one and it makes you look weak going into game two. That's my personal opinion.
I was just sad. I just feel like it shows passion. I get that though.
No.
When is the last time y'all have cried?
No, keep it 100 real quick before you answer that. It's a crying like when you mad crying like. Yeah, like when Mase just brought up Ice Cube and Boys and Hood when they was going to kill the niggas, they killed his brother. That's the mad cry. The pout cry, with a little snot come out, I'm not with that. I'm not with that cry. But murder, I don't know when the last time.
When was the last time you cried?
Probably wow. Probably like 20-some years.
What? When your son was born?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, probably.
When's the last time you cried?
Probably 2 years ago, my mom died, but outside that, probably 20.
Yeah.
I don't cry tears of joy.
What is that? Tears of joy.
Yo, what? This is crazy.
Oh, no.
I've heard of that term, but I've never seen somebody crying because they're...
Wow.
Nah, I cried when we beat Lincoln. That was tears of joy, but that was in 92.
Wow. I have a new mission. I want you guys to cry of happiness. That'd be great.
Goodness.
Everybody, if y'all could see everybody in the studio right now, they're looking at me crazy. I just don't think that's crazy.
But
damn.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Like she basically say, cry for no reason.
No, not for no reason, because it's wow, that meant a lot to me.
That's real
Thank you.
therapy.
You'll teardrop a little bit and you keep it pushing. I'm not saying sobbing. Y'all, crying isn't corny. Damn, it's like a pin drop. Okay, well, I'm gonna figure something out because
you're just like a random cry,
Yeah, you're
I'm
trying
not
to
even a random
coach it.
crier. No, I cry when I'm really appreciative of something.
Okay.
Go ahead, cry right now.
I can't.
Did you cry when we gave you that money? Nah.
That's different.
It's tears of joy.
That's different. No, but like
That should have been tears of
no,
joy.
but that's different. Money can't make me cry. It's just like, wow, like that person
That's
really
the first thing that
cares.
should make me cry. I think I cried. Maybe I cried after that when I see her first $1 million check, like 97, 98 or something.
Wow.
But it wasn't even crying. It was more like, I want to cry, but I can't.
Just
I
doesn't
can't,
work.
yeah.
Wow. Please, in the comments down below, let us know the last time y'all cried, because that's a very interesting question to me. Okay, so did you answer Kat? 36.5 points, rebounds, and assists, high or low?
Oh yeah, I'm going to pause low. I think the Knicks just are not in championship shape, you know? Pause. Just thinking about it from a title town perspective, there's a certain way players look, pause, when they're about to win a championship. They just don't give that.
Okay, and Halliburton, 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists, higher or lower, Mase?
That's a good one. I'm going to go higher.
Points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to go lower. I think that Indiana team by committee will win.
Okay. Make sure y'all download the Underdog app and you can make your picks too before we move on to the next topic. Just real quick, Mase, what are you expecting for game 2?
Oh, when it comes to games 2, I expect the Knicks to jump out like they did this time. That's why it's kind of really interesting to see what they'll do in game 2, because if you think about it, they started out tonight. Supernatural energy. I mean, everybody was there. It was definitely the game to win. They did everything they could to win the game, and it just unraveled at the very end. And this is what they've been doing to other teams. So it's real interesting when they get a taste, pause, of their own medicine. I think this second game, it ends up, it's going to be a blowout. Pause. I don't know who's going to win it, but I know it's definitely going to be a blowout because somebody is coming to make a point. I think New York is coming to make a point, but Indiana is just like, if we got one, let's get two. Let's get two. Let's see what happens. And I think if they come in with that mindset, they might just get two.
Larry, who the favorite?
The Pacers were the Knicks were the favorite before the.
I'm asking you to check now. Who's the favorite? But yeah, but I'll give the answer while he's looking, seeing who's the favorite. I'm gonna answer. I don't know, to be honest with you, because what happened is y'all niggas let the Pacers, talking about y'all when I say the Knicks, as an organization, not as a city, for niggas be like, yo, whatever. You let them find a mojo, and now they feeling theyself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Pause. Like it's one of them situations where you be like, I got this. Now I know what to do with this nigga. Pause. I know exactly what to do. So the Knicks came out. They look really good. Shit fell apart with 2 minutes left, and we got to think about this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know a lot about Nesmith and his history and so on and so forth, but I don't know if he could do that every game. That was what we watched last night was a miracle. It was a miracle, bro. So the Knicks got that on their side, saying that ain't gonna happen every game. But then the Pacers got that. We seen y'all niggas crying, nigga. We broke y'all niggas emotionally down, and we know what to do with y'all niggas pause. So it's a toss up.
Are a 6-point favorite tomorrow night.
Friday.
Friday.
But the Pacers now are -170 to win the whole series.
Okay, so basically after this, my gambling expert, my nigga Larry, basically what he's saying is that the Knicks are 6-point favorite to win to win the game 2. But now the Pacers are favorite to win the series, which they weren't favorites to win the series before last night's game, -170. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah, when you look at this Knicks team, like one thing when you look back at a game, it's not much that they would have done differently. You would still want that 40 points from Brunson. It's not like they lost with everybody playing bad, and that's one of the hard things to correct, because you can't say we had an off night. No, you were balling. Cat was balling. You know, OG was balling, everybody was balling, and they beat you while you were at your pretty much best. And I saw Shaq say something about how do you let a man get 5 threes? Him and Draymond was going back and forth about it. But when I really thought about it, that's exactly right. If somebody hit 1 3, 2 threes, they don't get another one. They let them get 3 and then let them get 4, then fall on the 5th one. That's just careless basketball. So all of this this talent, the Knicks they're gonna need discipline, and that's something Thibodeau got to help them with.
Yeah, Murder, you made a great point just now, because if you got 43 from Jalen Brunson and 35 from Karl Anthony Towns, 16 for Mikal Bridges and OG, and you lose.
Yeah, it's not like you could say you had an off night.
Yeah, not
You
even
was
that.
balling.
They and not only that, they shot great from the field. Jalen Brunson 15 for 25 from the field. Karl Anthony Towns 11 for 17. They both shooting over 50% from the field. What do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do?
What I saw in that game was that they don't lack talent, they lack discipline, and that's what separate the great teams from the good teams. Like when it comes down the stretch, like the ability to just stick with what you're supposed to do. Talent is one thing, but the discipline to just keep your hand up instead of swiping your hand down. Because one time when Toppin got that dunk, that was an and one. And then the backdoor play, when Nembhard got the layup, those were both discipline plays, and that's what they lost off. They lost off lack of discipline.
Well, we will be staying tuned for Game 2. Moving along, the league finally announced MVP, and SGA won the award. He is the 7th straight MVP winner to be born outside of the U.S., joining Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis. Obviously, a huge congratulations to SGA, but after hearing that stat, Mase, what are your thoughts?
I think SGA will win both MVPs. I think he's going to win the MVP, and I think OKC could potentially win it and he get the MVP as well. I think this is just his year. They're balling. And I think the only team that'll be able to beat them is that Indiana team. I don't think any other team will beat them. So that's what I think about SGA. Congratulations on a phenomenal season, but the work is not finished. You got to win at least what he got 7 more games to go. You got to win 7 more games to make this the season that it's supposed to be. You deserve to win 7 more games and to be the league MVP and the finals MVP. And that will be something that'll put you in a very extraordinary class with the rest of the greats.
Yeah, real quick, shout out to SGA. Congratulations on winning MVP. He bought the whole team Rolexes after he won MVP, shit like I do, you know what I mean, for the team and all that shit. So I like the way, not just you, Stat. That's what I do when I fuck with niggas. I'm just saying in general, that was really dope, and we all kind of knew that. But it's an interesting stat that Stat just brought up. The 7th straight MVP of the league not from America. And then we're sitting here always contemplating and talking about who's the face of the league, who would be the face of the league, who's the face of the league. This is an outright show that they don't want a foreigner being the face of the league. If the last 7 MVPs are not from America, so Joker got it 3 times, and then Joel Embiid, I believe, and then SGA, and who else? Giannis. It's plenty of people who could have been the face of the league for the last 7 years, but y'all refuse to keep trying to look for the face of the league because y'all don't want it to be a non-American, because that means we lost the grip on the game of basketball. Pause. That's what it means. What do you think? You know what I'm saying, Murder?
And in 2 more years, it'll be Wemby.
Exactly. So why are we constantly, not we, as a country or people who watch basketball or analysts or TV sports shows or whatever, consistently say, who's going to be the face of the league? Will Anthony Edwards be the face of the league? Will this person be the face? It's several options. They just not American, and niggas don't want to don't want the Joker to be the face of the league because he's going back to Serbia. Pardon me if you're not from Serbia, or Greek Freak, because Greek Freak could have definitely been the face of the league 3, 4, 5 years ago because he's from Greece or Africa originally. SGA. Why are we not even talking about SGA first team All-American, pardon me, first team All-NBA 2 years in a row, probably going to be third year this year. Why are we not even having a conversation about SGA and we're sitting there talking about niggas who's not even the league of the MVP of the league yet, which is this his first one, don't get it fucked up, but he's 2-time first team All-NBA, and we don't even discuss him in being the face of the league. It might be Anthony Edwards, or it might be another American, or when Cooper Flag comes in, he could be, why are we just skipping on? Because we lost control, y'all. Mm-hmm. We lost control. It's just that simple. As far as having the best players in the world, we don't have the best players in the world. We have great players, but as far as having the best players in the world, we don't have them. Do we have the best players in one country? Yeah, we just won the Olympics. We proved that. But if you put a little bit of Canada with a little bit of Serbia, with a little bit of Greece, pause, and you put all that together, then they better than America.
The last two finalists was foreigners as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It was Greek Freak and it was
SGA,
the Joker, and SGA. So the three finalists wasn't even American. What the fuck are we looking for face of the league? And I think it's, if we're going off winning and stats and everything else, just admit it, y'all. Adam Silver and the rest of the NBA, y'all, we lost it. We lost control, yo. We lost control. We're Olympic champions, but outside of us having the best players in one country, the best players in the world, we don't have them no more. Now, we still got Anthony Edwards. You know, who else we got? Jalen Brunson. Ja Morant.
Yeah.
You know,
But
we got. Yeah,
very different.
Yeah, it's
Tatum.
Damn.
I don't know, man.
Y'all's reaction.
I'm trying to think of niggas for us. Because the best niggas ain't from America no more. And this is why niggas don't want to do the All-Star game America against the rest of the country, because they going to get smacked. Think about this, right? Let's just put it into perspective. Let's do the starting five off top of that. You do Joker at the center, and then you got Greek Freak at the 4. You got SGA at the 1. Who's the 2 and the 3, Murder?
Wemby.
Oh, man, get Wemby.
And Luka.
Oh,
Who wants to play that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who wants to play that?
Yeah, so that's they all-star team. Who we got in America starting for us?
Ja LeBron.
We still putting LeBron in there, starting at 49 years old. Shout out to my nigga LeBron. Look, thinking about the age, we still good, and I'm not disagreeing with you. Them niggas still good, right? But you just named Steph, KD, and LeBron. That's like 162 years combined in ages. Yeah. If you put the ages together, of course I'm exaggerating, but it's close to 120. Definitely over 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then Ja.
You said Ja, right?
Ja.
I'm thinking of the starting five. So you got Steph, LeBron, KD, Ja, and Who's your center? We can't claim Joel Embiid. They bought him for the Olympics. So who's your center? Eric Mobley? Like I'm asking.
I'm putting KD at and LeBron at the 4. We playing small ball.
I got some suggestions.
Ben Carroll.
You can't put Bam. Like,
For
I don't
America?
even know who'd be center.
That's
what I said.
Because you still got
Yeah,
it's crazy.
and the Greek Freak. Boy.
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, go ahead, Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
If you want.
That would be the answer.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
You see what y'all did for Anthony Davis?
Huh?
I said, you see how y'all responded to Anthony
I
Davis?
responded like that to everybody because the odds is like, damn.
Yeah, I'm inviting anybody to chime in for America.
Suck,
If
there's
y'all.
crickets.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a hard crowd, man.
Wow.
What about Towns?
Yeah,
Towns, Cat.
Throw Cat in there.
Yeah, so you got Cat, you got LeBron, you got KD, You got Steph and Ja.
If you want.
Yeah, we'll have to. We'll get back to. That's a good
If that's
question.
who you
We'll have
want to
to
die with.
curate it. You too. You American.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ant-Man.
Absolutely. 100%.
Ant-Man over Ja then.
Who's your point guard? Steph Curry?
Steph. I got Steph at the 1. I'm putting Ant-Man at the 2. Then you got
KD at the 3.
You got LeBron and Cat.
Cat over AD?
Yeah, I'm going with Cat over AD.
Ja Morant off the bench.
Yeah,
You ain't
Ja.
starting Ja?
I would start Ja, but they're saying Ant-Man, so
So Steph Curry definitely got to start. He not coming on.
Steph is right behind Jordan.
Okay.
See, this is crazy because y'all didn't even name a bench for the international players. Like that's already the problem. Like. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got
We
poor
sitting here like, damn.
Zingers. They got poor Zingers coming off the bench.
Right.
They got real problems coming off the bench. What's
Yeah.
homeboy name from Houston that just went crazy?
I know exactly.
Sagoon.
Sagoon.
Sabonis.
Yeah, Sabonis. Yeah.
Oh,
Chet.
Chet American.
Yeah.
Check him. We might got to
Chet,
Chet
yeah,
American.
Chet can't start though.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't bring KD or LeBron off the bench. You just can't for just.
They brought him off the bench in the Olympics.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
KD.
Niggas gotta chill out, man. Niggas gotta chill, bro. You can't bring KD off the bench.
So from this conversation alone, it's looking like, and we've seen it, there's an international player takeover. So with that being said, do you see that changing anytime soon?
No, because I think just like Killa said, overseas, you know, like Cam said it, man, the overseas are practicing more than the States right now. They got basketball schools. We only got a few schools that are probably like basketball schools, Mount Verde, IMG. There's one out here in Vegas, but for the most part, a lot of their schools are basketball schools. So even in the WNBA, there was a young lady that was like 6'8", Cambridge. She would take years off, come back, and still be an all-star because that's how advanced the European basketball system is over America.
So you saying the rest of them is Uncle Willie and them watching it is what it is stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because
it's a basketball school.
and I agree with Mase to a certain extent because it's like what's going on is this. And more power to the younger athletes. They're figuring out how to get millions before they go pro. The pros, the people overseas, it's a couple things. We think about Luka Doncic. Luka, he been a pro since he was 15. And niggas is playing their ass off to get over here.
Yeah.
The niggas who like that over here or think they like that over here are already over here. They're not fighting to go play in China. They're not fighting to go play in Australia. They're not fighting to go play in Africa. Niggas is fighting and playing their ass off to get over here to play. Yeah. So their determination is harder to play over here to where sometimes niggas be like, I grab $2 million. I'm like that. I'm going to get drafted, XYZ, yada, 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 yada. So I think the determination is different to get to the NBA for overseas players than American players. Not saying that they don't want to get here, get to the NBA, but they figuring out how to make no millions. I don't know what's the NIL overseas.
Yeah, there's no NIL overseas.
Yeah, you know.
And the players in America, they're too focused on their hair and all of that. You know, they're too busy trying to grow their hair.
You ever see Joker play in Serbia? Like when he's out there, it's fire.
Yeah.
Not dead ass, like it's some shit where fire goes on. Yeah, no, like it's fucking a fire going on while the game is playing. Like, this shit's sweet over here, my nigga.
Yeah.
These niggas like, yo, man, this shit is, let me get over there. Y'all gonna give me $300 million too? Yeah, niggas is gonna work their way to get over here, man. So I don't see it getting better. I'm not saying that we're not gonna produce more superstars as Americans, but I think it's more superstars that's going to come from overseas, and not just overseas, because Canada isn't overseas. Canada is right up the road. Right. But I would really love to see, not just overseas, the Canadian format of basketball, because it's a lot of basketball players that's good from Canada. And I'm like, what's their AAU system? Where do they play at? Where they go? We could fucking drive to that shit. That shit is the border right up to, like, how does it work? And I don't know. It's something I gotta do my due diligence on. What's the system? Because you got to think about this. SGA, you know, he went to Kentucky. Who the fuck is going up there to scout them? Who's scouting Wiggins? You know, Wiggins is a former number 1 overall pick. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cousin Alexander Walker is in the
and Murray, right?
Yeah, Murray as well in the conference finals. Well, not Murray in the conference finals, but Shai's cousin is in the conference finals. With what do y'all got going on in Canada? Like, send us the link, Paul, so we can see what the fuck, how this shit is working up there, because they're producing superstars as well.
Yeah. But I will say, and I love being an American, would not change that for the world.
Neither.
But like, I want to make that very clear.
Absolutely.
But it is very different, just even in different countries, because even down to like the way they're playing, like the food that they eat, because they say that our food is like super seasoned, and then like even down to their education system, they learn things that we would probably never even learn. Like, maybe all that adds to it. I
like
really
Canada. When I go on tour Canada, they show me love.
Yeah.
Vancouver is one of my favorite cities. Like, it's landscape-wise, it's a very pretty city. And then Toronto is almost like New York. That shit is super duper city in Toronto.
Yeah.
Winnipeg, shout out to Winnipeg too.
Yeah.
I'm shouting out all the cities that when I go, I toured a lot in Canada, and they show me a lot of love when I go on tour in Canada.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to figure it out, because I don't know what it is, but they're like way ahead in a lot of different categories. So we'll see what happens. Okay.
Yeah, McDonald's is delicious up there. It's gourmet.
Yeah.
Got this shit called poutine or some shit up there.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
go to McDonald's and you go to McDonald's, we don't know what poutine is. They health system.
That's what, yeah.
Their health system is free. You know what I'm saying? You let an ambulance pick you up tomorrow. Get a bill for $2,000 tomorrow after ambulance pick you up. They have free health system.
That's a good point. Their McDonald's, even like KFC in Jamaica is good. Like, different places got different
You ate
things.
KFC in Jamaica?
That's the truth. You have not
You
had real
wildin'
KFC
stat.
till you had KFC in Jamaica. Bro, I'm telling you, you're going to try it. you be
Dubai
like,
got the
"Dang."
best McDonald's, though.
The best McDonald's?
Dubai. Yeah.
Debatable. I wonder what the comments thinks, but that sounds good. I have
Alright.
to try it. Okay, we are going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss NBA champs in recent years. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about it. She wanna be free.
Welcome back. So for the first time in NBA history, and I know there's always a new stat, there will be 7 different champions in 7 seasons. Mase, do you see this as a good thing or a bad thing?
I see this as a good thing to have 7 different champions in 7 different years, because it just lets you know that nobody has a hold on the NBA. And in the last couple of years, nobody's effectively put together a super team. So that's another thing why you're watching different teams win, because the conglomerate hasn't been put together yet. But I think all of that changes next year. I think with these next couple of years, somebody will be fortunate enough to put together a team that could win at least 2 back-to-back. I think of this, even if Indiana wins, I don't see them repeating. If the Knicks were to win, they could probably repeat if they were to win. And who else? If OKC were to win, I could see them winning back-to-back. Did that team look really, really sound? I like all of the guards that they got on that team. They look like they have the type of nucleus that could win it back-to-back, and they're young enough to win it back-to-back. So that's what I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is great. I think parity is great for the NBA because it's it's no foregone conclusion. You know what I'm saying? We sit there, and that's what creates conversation, where you can have a nigga Sin City calling me, talking about, I told you so. Or you have niggas like rooting for Oklahoma City Thunder when you thought they probably would never be back to this point after you lose a KD or Russell Westbrook or Paul George or whoever. Indiana Pacers, another team that hasn't been really that far. They never won a championship in franchise history, even though they's in the conference finals last season. We pretty much knew they wasn't going to beat the Celtics. Now it's looking like they have a chance to go to the finals. So I love that it's parity. I love that we can't predict who the champion is going to be, because you think about it, as much as I loved Kevin Durant on Golden State, because I love watching great basketball. And when Kevin Durant was on Golden State, you watched a basketball team that was talented with a high IQ, and you looking at great basketball, but it was also a foregone conclusion who was going to win. Nobody was going to beat Golden State. If he didn't get hurt that last year, they would have won again. But I do like not knowing. It's like the game last night. You think the Knicks got this shit wrapped up, and they don't. That's what makes it great. So I do like that it's parity and it's not just super teams winning. As far as what Mase said, as far as repeating, our only team that I would guess will repeat is OKC, because they're young enough to do it. They're the second or youngest team, either the youngest team or the second youngest team in the NBA right now. So imagine their confidence coming back in to next year if they won. That would be the one team that I would say could repeat out of the 4 teams that's left.
Okay, and then last thing before we wrap. So Larsa Pippen, she recalls her relationship with NBA player Malik Beasley. And for those who are watching, we had a real throwback episode where we talked about this when it initially started. He played on the same team as her son, Scottie Pippen Jr. She admitted her relationship with Malik was a mistake and blames it on COVID brain. She said, that was a mistake, but I had COVID brain. I was stuck in my house. I hadn't gone anywhere. He was there and he was on me like, let me come see you. And I thought, okay, come see me. So, Mase, have you ever had COVID brain? And then what did you think of her thought process?
Pause on the COVID brain. That sounds crazy. I don't know what is COVID brain. You've been in the house too long, so you.
She explains it as, when you just start doing things.
Cam, you answer that.
She was giving COVID brain. That's what she was doing. That's exactly what she was doing. So why you fuck with Michael Jordan's son? Why you keep going around just scouting basketball players for years, man? And, Scottie Pippen's your baby father. To me, it's more embarrassing as a mother. Your son is in the NBA, and you was actually on the team. He was on the team with a player that you was fucking. It's embarrassing, as a mother. And then these comments it just goes to show you're not that bright. Even if you do. Even if, just say it. Look, my thing is this, right?
It is embarrassing. I'll go with that statement.
You gotta agree. I know you can't agree with all the shit publicly I do, mother. She doesn't appear to be that bright to say that. It doesn't. I'm not talking about a nigga mother. I'm talking about somebody who says this.
No, but it is embarrassing. It's like coming to your job and having sex with niggas at your job.
Exactly. And it's your mother. It's like this, like B. Niggas listening to Sukihana and all them and thinking it's all good to be living this lifestyle. Sometimes you're a little too old for that. I think the music plays a part into it too.
I think so too.
Because these bitches be, you know what it is? I ain't got bitches no more like that. I'm talking about I had bitches. Bitch gotta be 62 right now. Gotta be at least 62, 63. Cause I was bold enough when I was 20 and she was 37. I'm 49 now, so I'm sitting there thinking about the age, and it's like, she be sending me these truck videos and shit, and I be like, yo, I think I'm
twerking at 62.
I got a video. So you not keep the fast, nigga. And it be like, yo, when you was younger, in the 90s, and the internet, it's all internet. It's like, it was frowned upon to be a hoe.
Yeah.
And they were secret hoes or they couldn't be the hoes that they wanted, and now it's not cool to, I'm using the word hoe, but that's not what they would use. Influencer.
That's different. But I see where you're going.
Twerker, this is the words they use nowadays.
Model.
Yeah, IG model. These are the new words. Pardon me if I'm still using the 90s hoe words. Y'all are influencers now, and everything else y'all doing.
And Instagram model.
And Instagram models. So they seeing this and they like, yo, man, me and my girls could have turned up like this in 92. And now they feel like they miss out on it. And now, to be totally honest with you, older women are looking better than they look when they, so let's say, for instance, a 45-year-old woman today looks better than a 45-year-old woman in 94 because of nutrition. We're learning how to take care of bodies. We're learning how to get better sleep. And the doctors, you gotta get the doctors in there. Let's not forget about the doctor in Miami cutting your rib, yank your rib out, getting the hair removed from your lips and all type of shit. You're looking better, you know what I'm saying? So now, they like, yo, I could twerk 62, you know what? You know what I mean? So I think a lot of females, Larsa Pippen and them, don't even.
You always say Larissa, but it's okay.
It's Larsa.
Larsa.
I don't really care. That's why. I've been mad when I might mispronounce Mike Tomlin or something.
That's fine.
Scottie Pippen, baby mother. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
People like that don't even realize they're doing anything wrong dating your son's teammate or dating Michael Jordan's son, your baby father's teammate's son that you watch grow up.
Yeah.
And now you blame it on Covid brain. What I will do is this. I'll give her this. COVID was rough, man. You had to pick somebody and stay with them. I had two during COVID. And I'll give you COVID brain. I won't pause. I won't say that's what I had, but I was like, damn, I'm stuck with this after about 3 weeks. Because you can't risk it. People are dying. People's dying. Can't just be sleeping with everybody during the COVID, man. So if you chose him during the COVID, that was your choice. I get it, but that was your choice. We all had choices to make.
Yeah, just think about it if it was the other way around, right? Let's say it was a ladies basketball team and a dad came in there and he was smashing his daughter's friend on the team.
Right.
How would the ladies look at that stat?
100% correct. I like
it's
that.
crazy all the way around.
No, but it would be crazier.
I can't even
It would be crazier if you had a younger daughter, she's on a team, but then her friend like you, she thinks you're good to go.
Yeah, you would be all type of suckers.
Yeah.
Pause. Word.
Pedophiles, all that.
Yeah, 100% correct. How old is she? You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, man.
It is crazy, and that is that. I don't know. That was her reasoning. COVID brain. That's that.
You know
COVID
what?
brain is just AKA I still got it.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, it's like, you know why? It's the lack of awareness. To say you lost your hoism, like Dre, like, yo.
Yeah.
Nah, I think the wholeness wears off after like 7 years, so I'm not a hoe anymore. And you might not be a hoe no more, and I'm not talking about Dre specifically, but to make the comment is like, it isn't the chicken pie. It isn't like you go take a pill and you get rid of the hoism. You know, when you say the comment, sometimes just be like, yo, this is what we got good. This is what we got to look forward to. Next generation, man, or society or whatever. It's bad. Last thing before we leave.
Why didn't you jump in for her? You normally protect the women.
Yeah, man.
What am I protecting?
Yeah.
What am I'm not a stand for that.
I sent you Hoga. They've been doing Hoga.
I'm literally not a stand for that. I don't. That's her.
Let me ask you one thing off the topic real quick, because I know we got to wrap. I was watching the P. Diddy trial. Some nigga named The Punisher came in there yesterday. Was he running around Bad Boy back in the days, murder? A nigga named The Punisher. Who was The Punisher? Was he security inside back in the Who's The Punisher? The male prostitute?
Yeah, I never met
I ain't know if that was somebody changing their identity up. Nigga Bentley or one of them niggas say you ain't Mr. Bentley no more, you The Punisher. I ain't mean to
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
That was super wild.
Yeah.
I guess this is what V said. You don't really know niggas.
Yeah, you don't know
never
niggas.
really know niggas.
Ooh, child. Well, y'all, that is all the time that we have for
The
today.
more you know.
No, literally. Perfect segue. Thank y'all for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.